Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews and welcome to another reading vlog. Today it is the Wednesday before Valentine's Day and I haven't read in quite a few days. I normally start these vlogs closer to the beginning of the week, but I honestly don't even remember the last time that I read. I feel like it's been a little bit. So stuff with work has been a bit crazy. I've just been feeling pretty blah lately, but I really have been looking forward to this week for my reading. My plan for all of February is to read as much romance as possible, whether that be traditional romance, paranormal romance, fantasy romance, whatever. I just want some love in my life. So I did pick some books for this week that I'm very excited about, and as always, they're usually pretty lofty goals, but we'll just see what we can get done. So the first one is a audiobook that I got from my library on Hoopla that I didn't really plan on reading, but decided to go ahead and pick it up. So I did start this last night. It is Truth or Beard by Penny Reed. This is such a cute cover, but also the premise really got me. So this book is about a girl named Jessica who has come back to town. I think she went away for college and now she's back in town to get some teaching experience before she moves away again. I believe that her older brother and her father, I believe, are both in law enforcement. She kind of can't stand them. They're very overprotective and she's just really ready to get back out of this town. Now there are these twins, well, really there's this family of 7 children. I think only 1 or 2 are girls, the rest are boys, but the youngest 2 are twins and they're the same age as her. She's grown up with them and she's always had a huge massive crush on one of them, Beau. And Beau is super nice, outgoing, always smiling, and then there's his twin Dwayne, who is very broody and mean and has always teased Jessica her whole life. They've never gotten along. They're hardcore enemies. One day, Jessica mistakes Dwayne for Beau and something happens with them. And then now, they're coming to realize, Dwayne's always had a crush on her his entire life. And she's starting to realize maybe Dwayne is the twin that she really likes, and yeah. So far it's really good. I will say that the premise starts off right at the beginning. So we meet Jessica and then everything that the description describes happens right within the first chapter or 2. And then we have this whole rest of the book to figure out what's going to happen. So it's very interesting because I really don't know where this book is going to go. It starts out with her mistaking Dwayne for Beau. He knows that she's mistaken him and he knows that she's always had a crush on Beau, and his plan is to just kiss her, but things kind of escalate. They don't go all the way, but there's definitely some touching happening, and then she realizes that he's Dwayne, not Beau, but then she also can't stop thinking about him and stuff like that. It's definitely interesting. I'm really loving it. It is dual point of view and we do have 2 narrators who are excellent. I really like it. I just don't know where this book is going, because you would think the first 25% would be getting to know these characters, and then the 25 to 50% mark would be the mistaken identity portion, and then 50 to 75 them trying to fight their feelings, and then the last quarter them falling in love and having a happily ever after. But the fact that so much has happened in this 25%, I have no idea what's going to happen in the rest of the 75. I'm super confused, and the description I don't think kind of explains what the heck is going to happen in this book. Are they going to fight it? Is something going to happen that comes between them? I don't know. As for the rest of my week, I do want to pick up on audio, Get a Life Chloe Brown, but I do have the physical copy here in case I don't like the audio, and to follow along so I know where I'm at with my pages. This one is a very hyped up book. I'm sure you guys know what it's about, but it is part of so far a trilogy, and I think that's all there's going to be because I think there's only 3 sisters in the Brown family. But this one specifically is about a girl named, oh duh, her name's Chloe. Why'd I have to look? it's gonna be a day. It's about a girl named Chloe who has a chronic illness, and after a not quite dying but almost dying situation, she decides to create a bucket list of things she wants to do before she dies. And one of those things is to do something bad. Like, I guess she's a very goody two shoes. She doesn't go out, she doesn't do anything. And she knows that being bad isn't going to be very easy, so she teams up with, I think that he is like a neighbor or something. I can't remember what he is, but Red, who is the guy on the cover with her, she teams up with him to complete her bucket list. And romance. I've heard great things about this. I've heard better things about book 2. I heard that one is like amazing, so I'm very excited to get into the series. Then I would like to reread Pushing the Limits by Katie Mcgarry. This is a book that I read a very long time ago. This is an advanced reader copy. This is the original copy that I read, but I want to reread this because I've never finished the series. I know, and I own like the next 2 or 3 books in the series, so we're gonna try to rectify that this week as well, and hopefully physically read the next one, which is Dare You To. Yeah. And then hopefully I have like enough time where I can like then read the 3rd book and the 4th book and the 5th book, and I doubt it, but I'm gonna try to read as much of the series as possible. Now the thing is, normally if I don't finish a book during that week and I'm really liking it, I will continue it on. But honestly, I need to have all these books done, at least these 4, by next Tuesday. So by Monday night, they need to be done, because next Tuesday I will be starting another vlog for a book that releases on Tuesday that I'm very excited about, which is of course A Court of Silver Flames. So I would really like to start reading that book as soon as I get it, which is the plan. So I need to have like all my ducks in a row so that it can happen. Right now, I have just gotten out of the shower, which is why I look a little wild. I'm very excited about this week. I hope things can happen. It's already Wednesday. Like, I have started my audiobook and I'm hoping to finish it today, so maybe it's not too crazy, but I also feel like it's probably a bit crazy. Good morning, it is Thursday. I wanted to update you because I'm about 55% of the way Truth or Beard. I didn't finish it yesterday. I'm hoping to finish it today and then start To Get a Life Chloe Brown, hopefully. But I wanted to update you because I have figured out like what the plot of this book is going to be. So what has happened now is that Jessica has revealed to Dwayne that she doesn't plan on staying in this town for the rest of her life. She plans on only staying for like 2 years tops, save up some money, get some teaching experience, and then move on. Like, she wants to see the world. And his plan is she's the end game. Like, he wants to marry her, settle down with her, she's it. So he's kind of told her, and so they kind of like broke up for a minute, and then his brothers convinced him to just be with her while she's here and then be the one to break up with her so that it hurts less when she leaves, and to just enjoy it. Like, he's loved her his entire life, and to just get what he can with her instead of resenting her and stuff like that. Like, they all agree he shouldn't hold her back from her dreams. That is the new plan. He's given it a 1-year expiration date and has told her, like, we'll be together full on, like, dates, boyfriend, girlfriend, for 1 year. And that's it. There's no negotiation for more time. So that is like what the plot's going to be, is this expiration date relationship. Will they stay together? Will they break up? Will they break up and then find each other? We're going to find out. It's going to be very interesting. I'm really enjoying it so far. It is very steamy, and I just really love the audio. So hopefully I will finish that today, and I will update you guys again once I do. Hey guys, it is Saturday night. I have read a whole lot and I have yet to update you guys, so let's talk about it. So first, I did end up finishing Truth or Beard by Penny Reed. I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it. I thought that it was cute, it was definitely steamy, and I liked the romance. However, I don't think I'm going to continue on with the series. I just felt like I didn't care enough about the characters to want to continue on. However, I will say that if you are thinking of getting into this book, to definitely check out the audio because it's really, really well done. What I didn't like is that this book talks about a whole lot. So it doesn't have any info dumping. We find out things slowly as our character reveals them, which I liked. However, there's a whole lot going on in this world, and our author has kind of like introduced a little bit of everything in this first book so that in the later books we kind of already know, but we'll learn more is what I'm guessing. But it was just a lot. And there isn't anything other than the romance that gets kind of like fully fleshed out in this book. So to have all of these little things kind of build up and not get a resolution for them was a lot. One of those things being this biker gang that takes play in the book, and we find out like her best friend is kind of like, if you think of it in like royal terms, like the princess of this biker gang, but like ran away from her family and doesn't talk to them. So like there's all these characters that are connected and we don't really get to learn enough about the biker gang to really know what's going on. And I just wish that that part was like taken out of the equation or just less of an equation. It wasn't needed and it just added way too many questions than the book could answer in this one. I know that it's going to answer them in later books. I feel like we really won't get enough answers until we get to the book that has her friend's point of view, which is like book 4 or 5. So it's like way down there. And yeah, I didn't love it for that. And I felt like it was very strange that our characters had so many problems with having a relationship when they're both very communicative in how they're feeling and what they want out of this. So the fact that like they were talking to each other and understood where the other one came from, but still yet didn't fully understand what each other wanted was very weird, to say the least. And yeah. So 4 out of 5 stars. Then I immediately started Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I read this for most of the day yesterday and then finished it just after midnight, reading the last like, I want to say like 73 pages or something. This book was fantastic. I did listen to the audiobook for this one. I kind of wish I would have read it physically, but the audiobook is good. I just feel like this book is dirty. My goodness, I was not expecting the dirty talk that is in this book. The amount of times that they say the P word to describe a woman's genitalia, like I was not ready for it, expecting it, nothing. So it was very like, oh. And there were a lot of times that I was definitely blushing. It was just like, I just should have just read this physically. But I loved this. I really, really loved the chronic illness rep that we get in this. I feel like I understand a lot more about my friends who are chronically ill and some of the things that they go through and like subtle stuff that happens on a day-to-day basis that they wouldn't necessarily be vocal about, but correcting that small thing about you can make them feel like 10,000 times better. So I really liked that aspect. I also really like that Red is also dealing with a whole lot and kind of dealing with like PTSD from a previous relationship. And I really liked that it also talked about his issues and that he also has things to kind of get through. I think it shows you that everyone has something that they're dealing with, and that if you truly love a person and want to be with them, that you will be willing to kind of like work through the issues that each of you are dealing with. And, you know, as long as the person is actively trying and not being manipulative, that it's worth, you know, not just dumping somebody because they have issues, because you're not going to find somebody without issues. So I love this book. I thought it was so cute. I'm really excited to read the next books in the series. So this one is getting 5 out of 5 stars, if you couldn't tell. So now today I have started my next book. I'm now picking up my 3rd book for this vlog, which is fantastic. We are right on track with things, and that is Pushing the Limits by Katie Mcgarry. And I have to say, so when I originally read it, this is obviously the copy that I read. I'm guessing that it had to have been back when I didn't like break the spines, because this book is in excellent condition, as you can tell, except for this line right here, but that's because I just made it, because this book is not, here, it looks floppy there. So let me hold the rest of it. This book is not a floppy paperback. It is very stiff, and it's like killing my hands to hold this open. So I'm definitely breaking the spine to keep it open. I don't know how I had the hand strength many years ago to hold this because, Jesus. Yeah, like this was back in 2012. 20-year-old Becky had the hand strength to hold this book open without cracking the spine, and I don't know how she did it because yikes. So like I said, I'm 100 pages into this book now. My plan is to read another 100 pages before bed, which will get me to the halfway point of this book, and then finish the book tomorrow. I don't know if I'll start Dare You To. If I can, then I should be able to finish it on Monday if I can read half of it tomorrow and then half of it on Monday. Otherwise, hopefully I will have it finished by Tuesday. I have definitely read this book and loved it, and I don't remember a whole lot from it, so it's kind of like reading it for the first time, which is cool because we all know I'm not a huge fan of rereading if I know exactly what happens, because then it just feels very, very boring. I kind of just like want to hurry up and get to the second half bits where, like, you know, there's like super hardcore romance, because right now it's just like flirting and we have these awful, awful friends of Echo's. I mean, they have the best intentions, but their execution's all wrong. So they think the best thing for Echo is for her to just like go back to normal and go back to the old Echo before everything happened. She has two friends that are publicly her friends, and then one person who is like secretly still her friend, and they're trying to push her to like tell people what really happened and to get back with her ex-boyfriend and to just like go back to being normal. And they mean well, but at the same time they're kind of like, why can't you just get over this already? So I hate her friends, honestly. I just, they're the worst. And the fact that like she's kind of liking Noah, they're kind of like, ew, that's the last thing you need. People will continue to talk about you, and that's not what we need. You need to get back with your ex. And he's like, yeah, I'm great, date me. So yeah, not loving that part. So I want to get to the good stuff. I want her to like snap at her friends and be like, screw you guys. So yes, that is all the reading that I've done in the past 24 hours. It's a lot. It is a lot. But I've finally now updated you guys. So I think... Hey guys, it is Sunday night. Well, technically Monday morning, because it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because my husband is sleeping, but I wanted to update you guys really quickly on the reading that I did. So this morning I did finish Pushing the Limits. It was so good. I loved it just as much. Well, I don't know if just as much, but I still loved it just like the first time, and I'm going to keep my 5-star rating of it. It was a really, really good time, and right where I left off the last time I updated you is right when like the romancy bits that I was talking about, really looking forward to getting to, is when those parts happened. So it was a lot of fun. And I really like how this series touches on very serious topics that teens deal with. So that is a really cool plus. So if you are interested in checking out something similar to like K.A. Tucker but YA, I highly recommend the series and anything by Katie Mcgarry because it's all fantastic. So my plan today was to start Dare You To, but time got away from me today. Today was Valentine's Day, so my husband and I spent some of our time together. Mostly though it was like in the same vicinity but doing separate things. But we did, which I'm very excited about, they built a Dairy Queen across the street from us, and it's a full grill and chill Dairy Queen, so it's not just like the walk up to the window outside. It's like a drive-through, dine-in kind of thing. So we did decide to splurge a little and go and get that. We got way too much food. We pretty much got like one of everything to try, and it was fantastic though, so no regrets there. Plan was to start this, didn't happen, but I'm hoping I can maybe read a little bit before I go to bed. It is already almost 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm not totally tired yet. I should go to bed. I have to get up very early for work, but oh well. So this one is going to be following Beth, which we met in book 1. She is one of Noah's friends. The only thing though is in book 1, Beth and the other foster kid who's in the house, which Beth isn't a foster kid. She just like stayed at her aunt and uncle's house because her mom's boyfriend was abusive. Her and one of the foster kids who live in the same house as Noah, they kind of had a connection. Like we heard from Isaiah, who's the boy, that he was in love with Beth and they ended up like making out one night and then decided to like never talk about it again. So I was expecting this book to be about him and her, but it's about her and a boy named Brian. So like what the heck happened to Isaiah? I think that's why I didn't immediately pick this up after I got my hands on it, because I was like, wait, I knew it was following Beth, but where's Isaiah? So hopefully this book explains, unless maybe they did have a talk and decided that it's best if they don't get together. I really don't know. So hopefully we hear something about it, because I really thought that they would be perfect for each other. And then, you know, what happens to Isaiah? Does he get a book? I don't know. I know that the entire series is out, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the entire series is out. So I will find out. I think there's 5 or 6 books in the series. So I've got a lot of reading to do. But the reason I wanted to update you guys before starting it is because I found out something really, really cool about this book. So it does have this really gorgeous cover. However, if you take the cover off, oh my god, like look at that. I love this. So I think this is going in the trash because I just absolutely love that it has this on the actual hardcover book and still has like everything on the spine. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm really hoping on Tuesday that my husband can get off work in time to take me to Book of the Million so that I can get my hands on A Court of Silver Flames. I'm really excited, and I'm hoping to start it ASAP. It will have its own vlog, so definitely expect that. Yeah, I'm gonna go get in bed, set an alarm for work in a couple hours basically, and hopefully also start this book. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it is Tuesday, so it's time to wrap up this vlog. Let's go ahead and talk about all the books that I read. I will say that I did pretty decent on my goals. I didn't do everything I wanted to, but still pretty good. So first I read Truth or Beard by Penny Reed. I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. I still stand by what I said when I finished the book, that I did enjoy it, but I don't think I'm going to continue on with the series. It just doesn't 5-star vibes or continuation vibes for me. I don't really know why, but it was fun, but I think I'm done with it. Then I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This book I gave 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved this audiobook. It was so, so good. I highly recommend that you guys check out this book if you haven't already, and I will definitely be continuing on with the series. This was way dirtier than I thought it was going to be, but I loved it. Then I did my reread of Pushing the Limits by Katie Mcgarry. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars as well. I really loved my reread. I thought it was really, really good. I'm happy that I didn't remember a whole lot, so that it did feel kind of fresh and new. I am still concerned about the rest of the books. I have started Dare You To, which I have not finished. The plan was to read 200 pages on Sunday/yesterday and then finish it by today. However, that did not happen. Yesterday I needed to work in the building to help out with a project that we have going on of moving our fiction and nonfiction sections to swap them, and it's a huge project. So I did like 7 hours of manual labor. My whole body hurt yesterday. We're not even close to being done, and by the time I got home I just took some ibuprofen and went to bed. So it did not happen. I do still plan on finishing the book. I'm currently about 50 pages into it and I'm really liking it so far, but I think I'm going to put it on pause so that I can read the next book that you guys know I'm going to go and buy today, which I'm very excited about. But I'm going to read that first and then finish Dare You To. So far it is really interesting. I think what's going to end up happening is Beth is going to be kind of like separated from Isaiah, so I think that their flirtation and attraction to each other is going to kind of like fizzle out because of distance. It sounds like Beth's going to end up possibly going to a different high school by the sounds of it. So that's going to happen. And I did look up book 3 will be following Isaiah. So he will get a happily ever after. It just sounds like it's not going to be with Beth. So it is very weird since book 1 set it up where they would be the next book. But yeah, weird choice, but okay. So guys, those are all of the books that I read this week, and I'm very excited to start my next vlog, so I think that's everything that I have for you guys. If you've made it to the end of this video, go ahead and put a book emoji in the comments. Don't forget, if you also enjoyed it, to give it a thumbs up. Keep reading, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!